here we have a 6-year-old child who's had a fall on the right forearm, and we'll show you the deformity. So this, you can see the hand how it is deformed. This is apex volar, which means this is a supination injury. Okay, and the child is under conscious sedation. Okay, you can see that he is under conscious sedation, and the treatment has to be correction of the angulation and rotation simultaneously. So what you need to do is just a pronation maneuver. So with a little gentle traction and a pronation maneuver. Yeah, when I pronate it, you can see that the deformity has got corrected, and then I supinate the hand completely. The reduction maneuver is of pronation, but I cast in supination. Now we will check under image. ये पुढे ये दादा. We have to show the keyboard. This is the knee fracture, and you can see that the bones are aligned. Right, so we already had a fracture earlier. This is a knee fracture, and this is an exo. Behind, move behind. Manita. Now come back to me. So what you need to see is morphological correction. Okay, you should have morphological correction. The hand should be corrected and should not have any angulation. So the plastering technique is also very important. या दादा इकडे या हात धरा. इधर आ जा तू. अंगूठा पकड़ लो. ये तीन उंगली पकड़. So I will show you how I do a cast now. So I do a fiberglass casting at the shoulder. Somebody is suspending it, and then you use adequate cotton.
टाइट नहीं चाहिए कि सब
बिंदु में रिकॉर्डिंग कर रहा हूँ. You can show this. What I am doing, you show. उसके ऊपर क्या करें?
right?
So you bring out the edge. Use warm water. Start at above elbow and keep rolling it gently. Don't pull the plaster at any moment. Keep on rolling it. Pinch at the web. Make sure that you are not having obstruction there. So once this much is done, then comes the job of molding it. So I need to make sure that the angular deformity is well corrected. Yeah, so I'm going to do a good 3-point molding. I like to cast in supination because the shoulder can compensate for any loss of pronation, but it cannot compensate for loss of supination if I put it prone. So reduction maneuver, though it was pronation, my casting is in supination. I always cast in supination, and you must have a good intraosseous spread and mold, 3-point mold. Okay. The other thing you should always remember is ulnar border should be straight. So make sure your ulnar border is straight. Doesn't matter how the X-ray is going to look, it's not going to be very perfect, but he will have a perfectly functional forearm with no deformity. Yeah, he's just 6 years old. It's a refracture. Okay, there was a suggestion that we should nail it, but I think he's too young. Just because it's a refracture doesn't mean it requires surgery, as long as you can correct the deformity adequately. Right, Jordan? So you don't need traction. As you saw, I did not give traction, counter traction. It was just correction on the rotation angulation. Okay, so this is perfectly okay. And the morphological correction is what we require. Okay, and the cast index should be less than 0.7. Okay, never have a cast index which is very high. More than 0.8 you shouldn't have. So focus more on the deformity correction, which is clinical and morphological rather than radiological. You need to counsel the parents, and most of the parents will be happy if you have not done any kind of surgery, because that involves putting 2 surgeries. One is for implant and second is removal of implant. So if the child was about 9 years and above, I would have definitely considered that, because it is very difficult to maintain reduction in a plaster, or if it's a complete fracture which is unstable. This is an incomplete green stick, though a refracture can very well be managed conservatively. And it's not that you cannot mold a fiberglass plaster. You can very well mold it, and it gives very good strength and reliable structural support. Okay, sure. We'll see once again under C-arm. Sure. Yeah. Normally 2 plasters are enough.